Sides, what's up? What is up, everybody? I'm doing good, man. Doing good. It's been a while. I'm glad to be back and hanging out. Hope all of you have been well, keeping busy. Animatrix, what's up, dude? Levi, welcome in. We got a fun little spread of things to be doing tonight. I guess more than anything, we got a lot of catching up to do, huh? I'm glad you're all ears. I'm glad you're here. How's everyone been? We get any figures, watch new shows and movies? What's going on in Crispy Land? No worries, Animatrix. Thanks for chilling even while on vacation. That's dedication. I appreciate it. I'll have to imagine vacation is way more fun than hearing me yap. So, appreciate you doing both. Razor, what's up, man? Good to see you. Yeah, it's been a long time. This new schedule's really made it pretty much impossible for me to figure out when to stream on Forge. Hopefully everyone's been keeping up to date with all the stuff. I've been posting a lot more long form content. Short form content slowed down because of it, but I've finally been really been catching some steam on the long form stuff, so that's fun, exciting. Stuff's a lot of hard work and time and energy. So sometimes it's hard to make a long form video and then not get a lot of views. Also, I guess I kind of went about starting my YouTube. I guess you can't say the wrong way. There's no like right or wrong way to do any of this. But I started off posting short form content. You know, like if you ask Sokoba or Spider-Man fan, I was posting daily for months. I was out of work with an injury, and so it made it easy to make a ton of content. And then once I had to go back to work, I started plenty of backlog. But yeah, so I was posting a ton, and so that's how I grew all my subscribers really fast. But I learned the hard way that is not how you get monetized very fast. 2 years later, I'm still not eligible for monetization, but I'm getting there. So. See Salads, what's up, man? Alright, Spider-Man fan. It was good seeing you, dude. You can't hear me? Can you guys hear me now? Spider-Man fan's always got something going on. He must be a popular dude, Spider-Man fan. Kremen, how dare you be late? Razor, what's my favorite fare I've gotten so far? That's a good question. I haven't bought a lot of figures this year so far. I'll probably, I don't know, I'll honestly probably say maybe it's recency bias because I bought it like 2 days ago, but the newest Mando that came out, that thing's pretty amazing. What about you guys and everyone in here who collects and has gotten some new figures recently? What's your guys' favorite hauls you've gotten so far? My favorite custom ever? Oh man, that's a great question. That's a really good question. Sometimes my generic answer is like the next one. You know, because every single custom I do, I learn something new. Learn new techniques, get a little bit better. But if I had to choose, I'd give you guys an actual answer. Probably both my Hobgoblins are pretty up there. Also, that Beetle I made last summer I still really like a lot. I thought that came out really good. Pretty much any of my Sinister Six just because of like the significance. You know, they're what helped me get here, so they always deserve a little bit of credit. Right now, I am working on a bunch of projects that I've been putting off. So I got some commissions here I gotta work on. This is actually a commission for someone in the Discord. I don't advertise that I do commissions a lot because one, it's a lot of work to do commissions, and two, most people, I don't want to say most people, I've gotten a lot of commissions, a lot of people that just straight up buy my customs. A lot of people are kind of crummy about pricing and all that good stuff, so it's just kind of easier to not offer commissions. But I've been doing a lot more. I'm still getting Max Spidey like requests a lot. What else did I just do recently? I'm doing this for someone. I actually got a couple of commissions for Daredevil, so that was cool. That video was really popular. That video did incredible numbers, which is awesome. I got home from work that night after watching the first episode. I was like, I gotta make this custom because I saw someone else do it on TikTok. I was like, I could do that, and I figured because the show had just come out, like the numbers would be good. But that good? I've gotten, I don't know if any of you guys follow me on Instagram, but I've gotten like 600 new subscribers because of that. So that's definitely one of the biggest like single pieces of content that has got me a ton of traction. So that's cool. Least favorite custom? Now I do have a couple of those. Most of the ones I didn't love, I've sold by now. Or have redone. But I would say, who would I say is my least favorite? The the Morbius I made I didn't love. Um, the Punisher I made I ended up selling. So some of those. Most of yeah, like I said, most of the customs I made that I don't like, I've sold. I've since sold. But my favorite custom. Oh, your favorite custom that I've done is Craven or Electro. Oh, cool. Thanks. Yeah, I really like Craven. I know that one's got a. It's pretty divisive. Unfortunately. Um, I was actually thinking about that earlier, because um, one of my internet friends, we always talk about like designs we're working on. He does some insane kit bashing. He doesn't do as much like paint and sculpt work, but he does some kit bashing, and he's like an encyclopedia for all things kit bashing. It's incredible. But I'll come up with ideas for character designs and stuff, and then a lot of times I'm like, I don't know if this is good though, good enough, or like how it'll be received, and then I realize like this is like my universe, my designs, and that's kind of the whole point. Is like, as you know, I've gotten, you guys have said, and plenty of other people have said on my videos, like they can see like the comic influence while still doing my own thing. So that's kind of what I'm going for. So sometimes I get in my own head, I'm like, no, this isn't comic accurate enough. No one's gonna like it. And then those are usually the videos that do the best. So sometimes I just gotta trust the process and trust that people understand what I'm going for. But all that said, yeah, Craven was one of the more divisive ones. I think it's also funny, out of all the rhinos I made, that one's, I've only made 2, but a lot of people don't like that one. Or it's hit or miss. I guess it really depends on what rhino you like in general. Since I'm going for like more grounded, realistic, I really like the like suited rhinos. So that's why I've done like armored looks for each one. It's part of the narrative too. I'll make that lore video eventually one day. If you're still in here, Animatrix. I know we've talked about it before. So the rhino was one of my more divisive. Other than that, everyone seems to be at least open to my designs. The Unk giggle. Yeah. Yeah, the random like OP characters. That's definitely what I'm going for in this universe too. Is, I think every Spidey needs some ridiculous like characters, but especially because like my main Spidey's gonna be Miles. I want to I want to take like some kind of like what they did with the Spot. I want to take some Peter's like more ridiculous villains and actually make them like formidable foes. I think that'd be cool. Also, I think I missed earlier, Razor, but you said Thundercracker's your favorite figure. How is that? I've seen a lot of people really like it. I haven't been lucky enough to find it. I looked a little bit when he was like randomly popping up in stores a few months ago. But my stores don't get a lot of stuff. One of the downfalls of being in a major city, the distribution is either bad or everyone gets to it before me. Especially because I don't have any Walmarts near me, since I like actually live in the city proper. They're all like in the suburbs. Same with Ross's. I have like 4 or 5 Rosses within a couple mile radius of me. So in like half a day I can hit like 5 Rosses, but they either aren't getting the good stuff or they've been hit by scalpers already, unfortunately. Oh, Pyro, yeah, the wall. I have plans for the wall. Be curious to see. I have some plans for the wall and the wheel redo. So definitely keep an eye out on that. The idea I have for the wall, I need a figure I don't currently own, so that's why it hasn't happened. But oh, you guys digging this? Yeah, I'm doing it for a commission. How's that look? He wanted like the worn look. I think it came out pretty good. Oh yeah, oh, Elizabeth, hello, welcome in. A wall and big wheel, that's right. We stay eating good around here. You guys know that by now. But yeah, sorry, C-Style, I forgot. I was gonna give you a shout out next time I went live because it's been like a century. But yeah, definitely everyone, if you haven't, check out C-Sal on YouTube. They've done some really good custom Marvel Legend work. What was it? Was it a Venom? I saw not too long ago. C-Sal, was that like a month or so ago? Was it a Venom? I think that came out really good. The giggle. I know I do it in my videos too. No one ever comments, so that's good. But oh, Venomized Daredevil. That's what it was. Yeah, that thing was nuts. Thank you everyone for the compliments. Thank you. I'm happy with how it came out. This figure is like perfect for some work like that. I wish they would have did it just out of the box, but I don't know. It's more have ever done that much weathering. Sorry, I kicked my Sorry. Sorry, Razor. A little technical difficulties there for a second. William, welcome in. Brendan, what's up? Are you ever going to give away a custom? I did in the beginning, especially when I was like selling on Whatnot and stuff. I was giving away and selling a lot of customs. I did one giveaway a while ago. Spider-Man fan's probably not in here anymore. He said he was gonna leave, but he won my very first giveaway for my custom figure. I haven't done any since, but maybe when I get to 10,000, I could do a another giveaway. The first giveaway was a learning experience, I guess I should say. 200, that's awesome, dude. Congrats. Will you ever do a Venomized Marvel hero? Yeah, maybe. That could be fun. I'm not sure who I'll do. What I'm drilling, one of my Discord members who commissioned me to do this Last Stand custom. He's also buying my custom Cyborg Spider-Man. I'm doing a Spider-Man Unlimited custom form. He sent me this head. It's originally for a Mayfix, I think. He just wants me to round it out so it actually fits the Marvel Legends body, which I have the torso laying around here so I can size it up. So I'm just drilling that out. It's close. I just gotta get a little bit more. And I'm also wearing a mask because this stuff is extremely toxic. So if anyone's ever working on 3D material and drilling or grinding, sanding, always wear a mask and proper ventilation. Same with spraying and all that good stuff. Jeez. Oh yeah, Venomized Wolverine would work. That would be fun. I don't have any Wolverines, so that'd be kind of cool. Oh, you have the same Dremel? Yeah, dude. Perfect budget. Perfect little budget Dremel. Ever gonna make a Sonic custom? Oh, maybe. What kind of Sonic do you think I should make? Any of y'all like Green Day? Yeah, I like Green Day Razor. I actually saw them live last year. See you, Pyro. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Hypersonic? Oh, epoxy? Yeah, dude. It's once you can start getting good at epoxy, jeez, anything's possible. I avoided epoxy for a long time just because it's hard. It's definitely hard, but what do you guys think? Does that fit good, or should I drill more? Good? Okay. I'm getting goods across the board. Perfect. Take my mask off, gotta clean this. It looks like I'm on the set of Narcos now. The neck is a little big. Well, unfortunately, Marvel made the neck, so. I'm doing good, Len. Thank you. Plus some Flexo. That could be interesting. Oh, this one? Oh, what head? Sorry, joking. This one? The head is from McFarlane Grid, and then the hood is from the Azrael figure that I used, the base for. And then the head is from, I think it was like the Gamerverse Brainiac. This is from a Predator figure. This is from a Star Wars figure. All of this is guitar cable. The waist up is a Batman Azrael, as well as the hands. No, this hand, and then maybe, and then this hand is something else, and then the legs are a Black Adam. And then this is a soft goods Doctor Strange cape. Space Monkey, what's up, dude? Thank you, Darkness, Madness. I mean, Dark Madness. This one was a labor of love. Anyone in here will probably remember. I went through a lot of phases of this figure. I hated it at times. I loved it at times. Once it came all together and was painted up and everything, I like it. I like it a lot. I'm actually selling it because I made a new one, and I had a friend who was willing to pay top dollar for this. So gladly selling it to him. I guess that's some of the behind the scenes that you guys won't see. I make a lot of customs. I have a lot of figures, but I'm selling a ton in the background always too. A flexible symbiote sounds pretty terrifying, almost like a Reed Richards, but with the symbiote. That'd be nuts. I guess you could write that as a story too, because doesn't Spider-Man go to Reed in the original Secret Wars when he gets the symbiote? I feel like if you make yourself in your action figure world, oh, that could be cool. Especially because it'd be in my own world. I can like give myself superpowers and stuff, I guess, right? Yeah, that could be really fun. Yeah, this stuff is going in your lungs if you don't wear a mask. So if you guys ever work in this stuff, wear a proper PPE. It's worth it in the long run. Especially for someone like me with asthma. Sorry guys, just wanted to clean up my little area here real quick. I made quite the mess with the grinding. My hands are butchering like crazy with thinking. End up custom where to go on with this last thing now. Oh dude, sculpting? Yeah. I'm not surprised at all that your hands are tired. Sculpting's rough, dude. I sculpted a lizard not too long ago. That was a lot of work. So that head is done. The Doctor Doom hand is done being painted, so I can ship that out. The Spider-Man's done. Alright, cool. Thank you guys for hanging out while I catch up on everything. Now we can do some cool projects together. How's that sound? Symbiote Spider-Man for the Crispyverse? Yeah, I guess that's kind of missing, huh? Definitely need to make one eventually. Maybe that can be on my short list. all cleaned up. No, I'm not ending. I just the yeah, the behind the scenes action of me cleaning everything. So hopefully my first stream back in like 3 months isn't boring for you guys. No, you're good, Razor. I realized after I started talking and thanking you guys for hanging out that it might have sounded like a ending already, but nope. Just genuinely thanking everyone. Oh, dude! Oh my god. How do you get XP? I honestly don't know. So Flexo's actually character at the same time Captain America. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, gain XP I think is just from like staying active in the chat. I don't know a ton about it. Yeah, check this out. You guys have any guesses on what this is going to be? Oh yeah, Spirit Spider-Man's not bad, guys. This is your first time. Oh, thanks for hanging out, dude. I appreciate it, man. I had to go for a little bit looking at. Yeah, I mean, Flexo sounds fun. I'm always looking for original characters to make, so that's definitely a character I can put in somewhere and add to the collection. What should we work on? Oh, I know what we should work on next. It's not registered characters actual. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's still a unique character to me. Wind Charger? Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, 1 second. This guy, right, Razor? I go around. I want to try doing. Yeah, dude, I highly recommend it. Custom figures are really fun. You'll really enjoy it, I think. Do you have that figure, Razor? It's really good. I love the mini cons. Or mini bots, I mean. I always get them all confused. There's so many random, like... Kraven's son. Yeah, that'd be cool. I made my own version of Kraven's son. That was fun. I think I was talking about that a little bit earlier. You know, it didn't go over great, but it exists. You've been watching since it first started? An OG. Thank you. Thank you for being around for so long. I appreciate it, man. You got him yesterday? Nice. That's actually hilarious you say that, William, because obviously, I'm sure you can tell, Spider-Man is my all-time favorite too, and I myself am very, very scared of spiders. Yeah, that's funny. So I guess we're all agreeing spiders are terrifying, but Spider-Man, he's a cool dude. Does anyone read the current Miles Morales comics, or any of the Miles Morales comics? Even the Ultimate Spider-Man stuff? I guess I don't need to answer that question for you, huh? Razor, I'm sure you know who my favorite is. Mine's Deadpool, but he might be yeah, Deadpool's definitely an anti-hero. I guess if I had to choose, my favorite anti-hero would probably be Punisher. Um, your favorite Spider is Miles Morales? Yeah, dude, I love Miles. Do Transformers count superheroes? That's an interesting question. I guess my immediate response is going to be yes. I guess if you want to really get down to like semantics and stuff, they'd be like robots, right? But then it's also like what defines a superhero? Do they have to be like, like of flesh and blood, or do they just like stand for something? That's kind of a fun debate. Everyone, let me know in the comments what you think. Are Transformers superheroes? Can you show me toe articulation? I've seen videos on how to do it. I've just never done it myself. I do not have the ability to tutorial that for you guys, but there's plenty of people online that do, so I'll definitely recommend checking that out. Oh, favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon, I always forget the dude's name. You guys can help me out. He's like the rock looking dude. He's like a snake and a rock. It's like Onyx. And I always liked what's the dude that has the Onyx? Yeah, okay, I was right. What's the dinosaur looking dude that wears the skull as a helmet? Cubone, yeah. Okay, yeah, Cubone and Onyx were some of my favorite. I guess I'm showing my age in all the older Pokemon I like. The SHF Carnage is an amazing figure. I don't own it, unfortunately. I almost have a couple times. But I had the Venom. Mewtwo is dope. I always like Mewtwo. Lucario, I don't know, at least by name. I might know if I saw a picture of them. But just by name alone, I'm not 100% sure I know that character. But Mewtwo was always cool. I always liked Mewtwo. Oh, the Mafex Carnage just looks amazing. I've always wanted to get that too. He was even more expensive, but they've reissued it a couple times, so now it's only about, you can get it for around like $100 used now, which isn't terrible. Crispy vs. Toxin? Yeah, that would be fun. I definitely want to do more symbiotes in my universe. Sneak peek for you guys. Favorite animal? Um, I've always really liked big cats, like panthers and pumas were always really cool to me. Um, you like Carnage being skinny? Yeah, like kind of like lean, and I guess that makes him like more scary. Carnage has always been my favorite symbiote, so I'm in favor of Carnage in all shapes and sizes. Carnage being smaller than Venom. Yeah, that's true. I do like a monster Venom usually, or larger. I know some people like a really small Venom, like I guess that'd be like the McFarlane, or older. Well, it doesn't get older than McFarlane. He created Venom, but I like newer adaptations of Venom when he's larger. Personally, perfect. Movie Venom. Um, like the Sony movie Venom. He was he was larger than like Eddie Brock in human form, but was by like no means like monster proportions. I think the Spider-Man 3, like Tobey Maguire movies Venom was pretty small. For the original comic version, I like how he was very low hanging skin and the more into the new one. Yeah, I think like the maniacal like ness of Carnage comes through better if he's like smaller and just start raining out of nowhere. Yeah, it's supposed to rain a lot here the next couple days. We had some we had some insane storms yesterday, potential like tornadoes. Nothing more than some heavy wind and rain. I was stuck at work though, driving my golf cart and like thunderstorms. Again, just getting absolutely soaked. Working outside, you know, especially like right on. I work like right on the river, so when it's nice out, it's amazing to work outside. But living in the Midwest, especially a place like Chicago where it's only nice for like a few months and the rest of the year it's freezing and cold and gray, working outside's not great. Yeah, I like that Carnage is like a serial killer, just absolutely scary and crazy. Yeah, serial killer, exactly. Razor beat me to it. Um, yeah, video game Venom's insane. What was your favorite Spider-Man variant? So like Peter Parker variant, or like Spider-Man variant that isn't Peter Parker, or just like any Spider-Man? If we're talking variant that isn't just like standard 616 Spider-Man, I'm obviously a huge Miles fan. And then past that, maybe like Superior Spider-Man is really cool. And then I like some of the off-the-wall ones that you see like in the animated series, like the six-armed Spider-Man that eventually turns into Man Spider. That's pretty terrifying. That one Spider-Man, I had an action figure of it, so that's probably why I like it even more. The one Spider-Man where Doc Ock takes control of him. He like mind controls him for a couple episodes, so he's got like that belt. He's got that belt with the Doc Ock tentacles, and then he's like got the little helmet on. That's a random Spider-Man variant that I like a lot. Superpower? Yeah, it's funny enough. I always, whenever I was asked that question, I would always go invisibility too. But I also love the idea of flying because I'm scared of heights, like terrified of heights. So like, you know what I mean? Like, would the ability to fly and then therefore like not really be able to be harmed by height would then like would then the power of flight negate my fear of heights, or would I just always be afraid of heights? I love the idea of someone who's terrified of heights who has the power to fly. I always thought it'd be fun to kind of like write a comic with that concept. Sorry, I'm catching up on chat here real quick. What custom are you making? I'm making the Assessor from the Miles Morales comics. Peter B. Parker. Oh, Spider Noir. Are you excited for that Spider Noir show that's coming out, PPF? The trailers I saw look amazing. Plus, I've always been a fan of Nick Cage, so I think he'll really do justice to like taking the role so serious, but also being like kind of like absurd. I think he'll do a nice balance of each. And I'm curious to see what they do. And I'll definitely be watching it in black and white. What about you guys? Is this comic part of the Crispyverse? Yeah, you know, I think it could be. You know, I'm always looking to, as I try to expand my universe, I think about how I could start creating like fully original characters. I haven't really done that too much. I have one villain that I've created, so maybe he could. Someone has to. The guy I'm talking about, like, who can fly was scared of fights. He could be a good guy, and then maybe like a friend or ally to Spider-Man, and that's like constantly saying he can't help because he's so scared of flying or something. Yeah, I don't know. That could be something silly that we can fit into the Crispyverse for sure. Do you want Silver Bowl scared of fights? That's so funny. I didn't know that actually. Can't wait to see the full Carnage soon. Can't Invincible's power, that'd be cool. I haven't started Invincible the new season yet. I'm excited. I heard the one episode was kind of a dud, but overall it seems like everyone likes the show so far. So I'm gonna start my own stop motion universe with custom. Oh, that's sick, dude. I just got SS86 B127 for $11. That's perfect. That's a cool score. No, I won't be going live tomorrow. I'll be at work. $40-minute video essay, exactly. No, I'm not making a Mr. Negative. This is the Assessor, but close. And Mr. Negative might not be too far behind, so. $86 Bumblebee for 15. Which Bumblebee, Razor? $40-minute Crispyverse video essay is definitely still on the table. I'll need your help, Animatrix. Oh, that was a dumb question. You did say SS86, didn't you? Everyone wanted to see a Grizzly would be cool. Did you see the Marvel Legends Grizzly that's coming out? I didn't think I was gonna get it at first, but it looks kind of cool. If I see it like on clearance or something, then maybe. Hinting at Mr. Negative? Hey, potentially. When's the next live? That I'm not too sure of, Levi. I still, you know, my schedule at work, I used to have off Friday and Saturday, so I was always able to stream Friday nights and sometimes even Saturday nights. Now with my new schedule, I don't have Friday and Saturdays off. I have Sunday and Mondays off. So it's a little bit more difficult to find a good day to stream, unfortunately. Maybe Sunday mornings I could do. Um, yeah, Matrix. I feel the same way. PPF actually makes fun of me because I bought a couple masterpieces. I got Bumblebee, Hound, and Prowl masterpieces from a local collectible store I always go to. And the Hound was real cheap because some of his parts were broken and missing. And then Prowl and Bumblebee were about 70 each. Same thing, they're incomplete and stuff. And they're cool, but I actually haven't been able to successfully sell them yet. But I wasn't sold on the masterpiece line, so I'm sticking to the Studio Series and the lights. And I'm in the same boat as you. That I'm glad it didn't suck me in, because that's when I first started really getting into Transformers and collecting Transformers. And imagine if from the beginning I got the itch for Masterpiece. Like you said, I'll never recover financially. I still bought a ton of Transformers, but maybe it would have ended up with like 5 Transformers instead of like 25 if I went the Masterpiece route. I'm really happy with my collection now. I've taken a break from buying Transformers, well, buying anything really, because moving's expensive, so I've had to budget differently since. But I've mostly just gotten like the main like G1 Autobots, and then some just like randos that I like, and like every version of Bumblebee there is, because I love Bumblebee. There's a few characters that I collect that I'm just like buy every version of. Obviously Spider-Man, I have a lot of Spider-Mans. Bumblebee, probably Mando. I still need to get a lot more Decepticons. I had no luck finding Megatron or Soundwave when they were at Target. So I still have a pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store, but they still haven't come in, dude. They're supposed to come in like 3 months ago. So I don't know. Age of the Primes. Yeah, Age of the Primes has been great so far. Death, it's good to see you, dude. Do I make my own parts? Like technically, like I'll like take things apart, kind of kit bash them together and stuff. I kit bash, but as far as like completely making my own parts, no. I have recently moved and now have a different setup. And have access to my 3D printer again, and definitely would want to like start to get back into that side of things. But as of right now, I mostly just like kit bash and use like fodder, accessories and stuff I have laying around to put stuff together. I've also been trying to do more sculpting, just so I can get better at it, because I always avoid sculpting at all costs because it's hard. It takes time. You need to let it dry for like 24 to 48 hours. So I'm impatient, which is funny because my customs take. I get that question a lot. I'm surprised I haven't been asked it yet tonight, but my customs usually take a few weeks. But I don't know. I guess in my mind, the extra few days it takes from sculpting is just too much. That's how my lazy brain works, I guess. See you, Levi. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Oh, Crispy vs. Null would be so cool, Jackson. I just started reading the new Null comic the other day, and I was thinking about that actually. So that's funny you mentioned that. Do I like anime? I've never gotten into it, William. I get that question a lot. I never got into anime. You got laid off, but yeah, no, it sucks, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. Getting laid off sucks. I've been in between jobs a few times on my collecting journey, and it's I was out of work on injury 2 years ago when I started this YouTube actually. It sucks when collecting comes to a halt. I haven't really bought too much of anything recently, and it's good and bad. I don't know about you, Animatrix, but I have a decent collection as is, and so it definitely gives me more time to like appreciate what I have and kind of slow down and enjoy what I already have. It's easy to get into the mindset of collecting and hunting the next thing, and then not really fully appreciating your stock as is, for me at least. You should start with My Hero Academia. I've heard a lot of good things about My Hero Academia. Attack on Titan I've heard a lot of. Whatchamacallit's really popular these days. One Piece. I've heard all those things are popular. What's the Okay, everyone's saying Attack on Titan is solid. Okay, so that might have to go to the top of my list of things to watch. Okay, cool. Sorry, there's so many of you, which is a good problem to have. I'll be honest. I love it. I love hanging out with you guys. Let me see what else I might have missed question-wise. A Man-Wolf in the Crispyverse, that would be cool. Megatron is a great figure. I definitely want to get that Megatron. It looks pretty great. New angle, yeah, constantly changing the angles. Death. I'm trying to get a hold of. I got like a permanent camera set up for like my long form content. Trying to figure out how I want to do my short form content. It's always a constant work in progress. What would you suggest on paints? Who's gonna paint the SS Barricade? Oh, chrome. Well, do you like the way this looks? Animatrix. If you like that, then I'm using Citadel chrome. This has been, well, lead. It's more of a silver, I guess. This is one of the most amazing silvers I've used. Yeah, that's. I also use golden acrylics. Silver's really good. Um, so here's a couple. Animatrix, like chrome pens. Any that you get off Amazon are pretty good too. Uh, um, Sorry, Jackson and Seesaw are having a full conversation on my channel. I'm getting distracted. Animatrix, if you get a chrome pen off Amazon, pretty much read the reviews. All the ones I found have been pretty good. The biggest thing I would say is just be careful that they smear pretty easily. I'll let it sit for like 24, 48. If you have the patience, I don't, but if you have the patience, let it sit for like even maybe 72 hours, like 3 days. Then it's usually better. You let it dry for a while, clear coat it, it'll stick. But yeah, that'd be definitely my biggest recommendations. Animatrix. Customs. Okay, so for Death and Spider-Man fan, I called up on a bunch of commission work I had to do for actually someone from the Discord. And now I showed off this figure. No one guessed right of what it was going to be. So if one of you guys want to guess. I showed off showed this off. Everyone's asking to see this again. Don't look at his butt. He hasn't fully transformed yet. You shouldn't look at his butt anyway, you freaks. I know PPF's staring at it right now. Oh, I stubbed the hell out of my foot. And now we're working on this. No one's guessed this right either. I think I said it and then it kind of like... We kind of just brushed past it, so no one acknowledged it. But this... This is the Assessor from the Miles comics. I want to make, since Miles Morales is gonna be one of my main Spider-Mans, I wanted to make more Miles Morales specific villains. That is the exact figures I'm using, Death. Good eye. It is the very first like retro carded Spider-Man that came out that was really good with like that new articulation. That's the torso. I was originally going to use it for a Green Goblin custom I was making, but I changed my mind on how I'm going to do that. So you guys will see that soon. Not soon, probably in real life time. You guys will probably see that in maybe a month or two. And then yeah, the rest of it's PlayStation 2 body. I wanted to swap the torsos because the PlayStation 2 body has all the articulation you want from here down. You know, it's got this new articulation here and here. It's got the legs, no drop down, but it's got a thigh swivel, the shin swivel, I don't know what you want to call it. Pinless, double jointed everywhere, but they have butterfly joints, so I wanted to put butterfly joints. I might still try to figure out how to get some articulated toes on here, and then I'll probably use the leftover arms. I just gotta find shoulders now. Marvel mini movies, what's up? Mystic, what's up, dude? PPF, yeah, it is. I didn't know you knew ball, PPF. It's a nice articulation. Is it a bad guy? Yeah, it's a bad guy. The primary colors, Death, red and black. that just gave it away, but Death cheated. Yeah. Nice. I know you're into pop punk and stuff, PPF, so we probably have a lot of similar interests, music-wise. My favorite Green Day song? Jeez. Probably... I don't know, maybe Holiday? Oh yeah, my GPA versus Scott Pilgrim, that's a constant in my rotation for sure. It's a great song to scream sing along to, you know. Oh, it's no paint room. American Idiot, classic. I didn't know if that was gonna be like too classic. Waking Up September Ends, classic. Oh, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, good one. Okay, this is fun. Cool to see a bunch of Green Day fans in here. Sobs Quietly, yeah. Yeah, if it's Mom Jeans, I know it. Mom Jeans is probably one of my favorite emo bands. Mom Jeans, Free Throw, Hot Mulligan. They're all on my tops. Hey, what's the ridiculousness as current prices on Lego? Dude, I can't even imagine. I'm so glad I never got into Lego. That stuff is insanely expensive. Revenge of the Fallen. Green Day's in that? Okay, that's a song I don't know, PPF. I'll listen to that. That's a song I'm unfamiliar with. There's so many cool Star Wars guns. I kind of want to give this dude like a random like futuristic gun. What should I give him? I think some of them are just the same thing, different color. I was originally going to use this gun, but let me know if... The more Nirvana. This one. Yeah, I love Nirvana Animatrix. Trooper Blaster, get one. I should have one in here somewhere. I have the one from the zombie dude. I have Han Solo's gun. I have a couple of them. I have a lot of spare Star Wars guns. Oh, that was in Revenge of the Fallen? I haven't seen that movie in forever. School, that's probably at the top of my list too, Animatrix. You know what's funny, Animatrix? One of my favorite Nirvana songs, admittedly, is a song that was released posthumously. Is that how you? You Know You're Right. I love that song. Oh, this Spider-Man. This is a figure I've been working on. Not 100% sure what I'm going to turn this into, but Bowling for Soup's a classic. My favorite Spider-Man would probably be Tobey, and then Tom Holland a close second, and Andrew at the bottom. I don't hate Andrew just because of his villains. All those villains were kind of soft. Marigold, that's a good one. I think something that's often overlooked about Tom Holland Spider-Man when it's like, oh, he doesn't have this, he doesn't have that. They had to fit him into an already existing universe, which isn't always that easy. And so that's, I think, where a lot of the Iron Man influence comes from. Which, if you read the comics, he's not. He even in the old comics, he does frequently collaborate with Bruce Banner, Reed Richards, Iron Man. See you, William. Thanks for hanging out. So it's not unheard of for Spider-Man to have a mentor like that. So I don't hate the Iron Man thing. It helps fit in the universe and kind of shrinks down the universe even. Plus, he's, he basically had a 3-movie origin story. Because we're now getting the comic accurate Spider-Man. And I don't think the Uncle Ben thing is as crucial as it needs to be. Like that said, his quote unquote Uncle Ben moment was May dying, and I think dying in the manner that she did helped create the emotional narrative that carried the third act of that movie, and helped him learn an important part of being Spider-Man, right? Because he wasn't going to hold back. He was going to straight up murk Green Goblin. So I think Tom Holland's Spider-Man is often looked at through an unfair lens. That's my 2 cents. This next movie looks like it's going to be absolutely amazing. So. It's I don't know. I don't as I'm as big a Spider-Man fan as anyone here. I don't think the Uncle Ben thing is that crucial. The great power, great responsibility whole thing was just spawned from a comic narrative. Stan Lee basically said it to him, not his uncle. It was later adapted differently. And for everyone in here who hates the Tobey's movie so much, a lot of the stuff you guys desire out of a Spider-Man was originated in Sam Raimi's interpretation of the Spider-Man lore. So yeah, sure, Uncle Ben taught him how to ride a bike. I don't care. This is a futile argument. Tom Holland Spider-Man has an Uncle Ben who's dead. So yeah, Uncle Ben was still there. I'm saying that the great responsibility, the person dying, blah blah blah, it doesn't have to be Uncle Ben. It just has to happen. Like in the Spider-Verse movies, it just someone has to die. So Miles' dad is supposed to die. Gwen Stacy's dad is supposed to die. Those are like canon events, but it doesn't have to just be Uncle Ben. He was closer to Ben, though. How can you even? How do you even know that? Ben is as foreign as the plot wants to be. Yeah, exactly. That's why it works with Aunt May, Gwen Stacy, Aaron Davis. Exactly. It truly, ultimately at the end of the day, it's like Stan Lee said about who's stronger than who. It's like it depends on who's writing the story, what the storyline is in the comic. All of this is a made up world. He just has to have that emotional arc. And yeah, the very first time it happened was with Gwen Stacy. Uncle Ben died in the comics way back in the day, and then literally never showed up again ever. Aunt May is far more crucial to the Spider-Man lore than Uncle Ben. If you ask me, Aunt May is like 9,000 years old in the comics, and she's still around. So I think at this point, I think Aunt May is more crucial to the story of Spider-Man than Uncle Ben ever has been. But everyone's just stuck on the Uncle Ben narrative. I think I just think stories can be told, and Aunt May's like Deadpool. Comics Aunt May could die if the wind blows too hard. Yeah. Yeah, and Matrix, you're not wrong. Somehow she survives literally everything, dude. But I mean, that's the thing you get, because of all these narratives that a lot of these fans wanna have, you get stuck in like these never-ending cycles, like certain characters that like, why Aunt May should be dead. Yeah, Ben doesn't turn Peter. If you want to go to the very beginning, what turns Peter into Spider-Man is a spider. But I think one of the most crucial things in Spider-Man comics was Green Goblin killing Gwen Stacy. And so, another character that's been dead ever since she got killed off. Tom's May was so young. Because Tom's young. I think that's a funny argument too. Why does Aunt May have to be 10,000 years old for it to be believable? I'm 31 and my aunt is 52. So when I was 16, if I was Spider-Man at 16, my aunt would have been in her 30s. So a young Aunt May makes perfect sense, especially in modern times where people had kids a lot younger. You know what I mean? So like, Aunt May being young is perfectly fine. I mean, plus Marissa Tomei is what, only in her 50s? It's like, so she just ages well and is still very good looking in her 50s. She's not she's not like 25. It still makes perfect sense. Peter gets bit by a spider, Ben gets bit by a bullet structure. Yeah, I mean, and I think that's the thing, and I think that's why I've grown to have even more appreciation for like the Ultimate Comics and stuff, is because like some of this stuff is so old. It's like, I think we should be allowed to tell different, different stories or different interpretations. For everyone in this chat who has such a hard-on for Ben, he's alive and well in the Ultimate Comics. Marissa is definitely my favorite too. I read the Spider-Man and Superman crossover comic recently. That was really good. I liked the what was it, Supergirl and Punisher blind date. That was I liked that. That worked. Or Power Girl. Was it Power Girl? Felt a little rushed. Yeah, I mean, when they do like a, when they do like an exclusive like that with all those short stories in there, some of those short stories get really rushed, unfortunately. But it's still fun. Yeah, I wish they did crossovers more frequently too. Yeah, it's funny characters to be like interacting. It works. It works surprisingly well. Sacco always just coming in with the most random, like, inspirational quotes. Metropolis, Illinois, yeah. I wonder how far away I am from that. I think that's in southern Illinois. Is Superman and Lois Mystic? Is that the one that was on CW? Only you would think of that, Zacho. Yeah, yeah, exactly. The Matrix. Colors. Let's see. When I make superheroes or villains, I usually gravitate to purple. Purple's a really fun color. What else? What else do I like? Looks like if Adam Warlock wore a suit and was silver. Okay, so then what makes it look like Adam Warlock? No, it's not. Yeah, it's a Mandarin body from the 2-pack. And no, it's not. It's not Silvermane. It's the Assessor. Yeah, Zacho, he doesn't have a ton of like original villains so far. But the Assessor is one of his like most significant villains in the comics. White gloves blows. Yeah, those are feet. Where do you read the chat? I got my laptop set up. Here's where the camera is over here. I have my laptop set up over there, and I'm reading the comments on my second YouTube channel. Thank you, Anel. Thanks, Sacco. Never got that into Miles Outside Spider-Verse again. His first run, trying to like it. I've only, yeah, I'm only mostly familiar with him from the more recent stuff. I know people said that some of his comics were kind of like didn't know exactly what to do with him. So I haven't read his first runs. I've been meaning to like go way back, try to catch up because there's not that many Miles runs. But I've been reading the most recent run. It just ended at 42 issues. I just finished it up. I actually haven't seen the 86 movie. You know, Razor, I just started getting into Transformers more recently, and I actually have it. You know, Zacho, I have a feeling that the same people that complain about Miles Morales, oh, Miles isn't Spider-Man, blah, 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 any other random dumb BS that people spout, are also the same people that are then going to complain when they try to make him unique. you really can't catch a break. As much as I want to write comics, conversations like this make me realize I never want to write. Maybe I'll write under a pseudonym and then never read reviews. Blockies giving me a dope. Yeah, dude, Blockies are so fun. They really are. Have you seen the Transformers? I have up to I have up to issue 27. I actually haven't read them yet, Razor, so no one spoiled it for me. I've seen some spoilers, unfortunately. Sorry, everyone's popping off in the chat real quick. But yeah, I want to start reading the Skybound comics. I got the whatchamacallit? Like the collected books, so I got like the yearly specials and stuff too, so definitely want to read those eventually. I've heard mixed reviews, but the Mystic, yes, correct. Miles is Spider-Man. They got no idea, haven't. Yeah. Yeah, I heard the newest one was a bit of a letdown. Having them come to 6. Animatrix, I didn't read a bunch of the original Ultimate stuff, but it seems like it kind of really fell apart near the end. and it, like you said, it seemed like they truly didn't know how to get Miles into normal continuity, and so they just kind of like shoehorned him in there. And it seems like they don't really know what to do with him. I think Spider-Verse did an amazing job of like laying a blueprint of like what to do with him. So hopefully, the most recent run just ended at 42. So hopefully we get more good stories moving forward. But it's funny, Animatrix, because they just put him in the most recent Ultimate run they were doing. They they had him come back to the original Ultimate Universe and then back to 616 again in kind of like a clunky way. And they did like a five issue like Ultimate Incursion or something. They just really wanted to put Miles with the new Ultimate Spider-Man, but it was kind of disjointed. It didn't really make sense in the timeline. I don't know. It was kind of a mess. The Ultimate stuff, for as cool as it was, really started to fall apart. Yeah, Miles being called Spin is stupid. I will never call him Spin. That's just not a good name for a character. Well, I think that's the funny thing too, is there's no reason that he has to replace Peter. I think there's a world in which they can both just exist. I think there's plenty of story to tell with that alone, you know what I mean? I actually, even for purposes, I mean, yeah, exactly that. He's going to replace him eventually, like kind of like the student becomes the master type thing, you know what I mean? But not in like an Anakin kind of way, but like just like a general kind of way. I don't hate that. Yeah, exactly, Razor. I think they just exist. They kind of did that in the Ultimate Comics too, where Miles showed up and then they were working together. Then they killed off Peter and Miles was the main Spider-Man. Then they like secretly brought Peter. But I don't know. Ultimate Comics kind of suck. At times, there's a lot of cool stuff from the Ultimates. But yeah, I think like in Insomniac too, I think they can both just coexist. I think they can still just coexist. I don't know. Maybe that's like a crazy concept. Stillborn, what's up, dude? Well, Stillborn, formerly from Murder Drones. What's up, dude? Stillborn band. Are you the band? Are you're a musician as well? Byron, what's up, dude? Glad you're happy to see me live. I'm glad to be here. I have a day off for the holidays, so I was able to go live. Best thing you do might is do what they did. I mean, yeah, I think that's a perfect way to think of it. Animatrix is like a Nightwing thing. I think, I don't know. I'm into the idea that I can understand why people hate that there's like so many Spider people now. I know a lot of people don't love Spider-Gwen, but that's another character that they just like didn't know what to do because they just killed Gwen off forever, and then they did bring her back, and Norman was her baby daddy. Like, thank God that got retconned. But I don't hate all these spider people existing because it just makes sense that can exist, especially the concept that Miles was bit by a spider that was specifically designed off of Peter. So then, of course, that's not going to be the only spider, the only thing that Oscorp is working on, right? So more people getting involved, or even maybe you want to write that Peter's making, so like the idea of like Batman. You know, Batman like takes all these prodigies and then they become their own thing. I guess it'd be even cool if Spider-Man had like his own Red Hood, right? Like a prodigy that went rogue. But yeah, I don't see why they couldn't do something like that. You're right. Like Miles is broken because Miles being from Brooklyn is like a huge part of the story. So let him be Brooklyn Spider-Man. And then I think maybe Jackson or someone said it earlier. Then Pete calls in Miles when there's bigger threats, or you know, when the Sinister Six comes around, when there's a lot of stuff going on, he can call out Miles. He's only a burrow away. I like that idea. Pete sacrificing himself for Miles. That'd be Miles and his family. That could be a I would like to see Miles as part of Peter's family. I would like it if he just replaced Pete once Peter died. Yeah, that's fair. That's true, Animatrix. I guess symbiotes could be like Spider-Man's Red Hood, especially if you did like if you leaned into like how like Venom like always yearns to get back to Pete. Yeah, I could see that. Also, Kane. That's a good example. I guess that's a hot take of mine. I don't really care for the Clone Saga. I know that's a really hot take. Two customs. That's cool, dude. And that's good. That's cool. To hear that you're in a band and you got a girlfriend and everything. That's cool, dude. Is the Ultimate Spider-Man show the one with Drake Bell? Dude, I tried watching that. I just did not like it. Should I give it another chance or no? Yeah, hit me, Mystic. Unless you for some reason want to hear a monkey noise like 100 times. Dude, Spectacular Spider-Man is so good. I really wish we could just get another season of that, dude. I miss that show. Watch The Rookie? No. Josh Keaton, dude, yes. To MTV Spider-Man, that's crazy, Death. What a pull. Yeah, Stillborn, you can absolutely tag me. I love seeing your guys' work. I love to see that. What are you making? I'm working on Starling now. I'm making a Starling. I was also working on Rabble. Yeah, that is funny. He was just straight up like, nah, I'm good actually. I don't want to be Spider-Man anymore. Yeah, you know, like, considering the beatdown he's constantly taking, I don't know if I would, like, stick around either. Oh yeah, Razor, that'd be cool, dude. Definitely send it over. I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say we'd all love to see that. There was only one season, right? Wasn't it like kind of supposed to like coincide with or like follow the Raimi stuff, and then it kind of did, kind of didn't. See you, Stillborn. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Glad to hear from you. Glad to hear you doing well. Keep it up. Yeah, I remember watching a video on it a while back about, yeah, the season like aired all out of order and a bunch of weird stuff. Around that show. Nah, you don't need to do that, Stillborn. I remember you. Death was the one that has bad memory. I remember. And I remember now. I remember Stillborn because it reminds me of a song from one of my favorite bands, so. Mystic, why that face? Are you saying I should watch Ninjago? Is it a show? I only ever knew it as Lego. What did it originally as Lego or a show? for all my old heads in this chat, speaking of stuff that was Lego and also a show, for all my old heads in here, you guys remember Bionicle? Oh, the sets are made for it. Okay, cool. I know you guys talk about it all the time in the Discord. Maybe I'll watch it sometime so I know what the hell you guys are talking about. Where's the show? Where can I watch it? Oh, the Bionicle sets are sick, Mystic. I used to have a bunch of them. I wish I kept them. I got rid of them. I think when we moved one time. $400 for 36 figures? Was it all Marvel Legends Blackout? That's a pretty solid deal, dude. Yeah, Mystic, message me. Animatrix, the link should be in my bio. I know a lot of people send invite links, or try to. I don't know if it just doesn't work in the live stream chat. But you can go to, no, a bunch of other brands. Oh, that's still a lot of figures that, for that price. That's still a solid deal. Do you collect a little bit of everything, Blackout? Sorry, I just realized I'm chopping up this figure off screen. I think I said it out loud. I know I said it in my head. But if you go to my most recent video, Animatrix, the Goblin one, there will be an invite link to the Discord in that description, and that I know for a fact that invite is an active link. And Joe Mama, how dare you? About to buy some egg attacks. What's egg attacks? Oh, the car, as in, are you talking about Carnage, Jax? I haven't worked on it. I haven't worked on it this stream because it's a spoiler alert. It's gonna be one of my next long form videos. So I've been working on it on my own time outside the stream so that I can have like the footage for it. I'll let it slide this time, Joe Mama. I am currently working on what's the Discord called? Crispy's Kitchen, I believe, is the active name. I actually had some of you in the Discord ask why it was called that a while back. I thought that was funny. Just kind of like the concept, like cooking, you know. Whoa. Chat, I hope you guys are proud of me. I'm getting better with my knife skills. I'm cutting away from myself now. cut my finger enough times, I'm over it. Oh, it's a chibi. Oh, I feel like I know what you're talking about, Blackout. Do I sound cool? Yeah, yeah, Death. You sound cool and hip. Don't worry. Oh, Carnage down. Oh, yeah, I meant to respond to your, um, I'm not super familiar with the, old Ultimate Universe. I know people said, like, some stories are better than others. But, I have no, like, real, love or connection to it, can we? I started reading the new one. We talked about that a little while back. I read the newest one. I read all of the Spider-Man. I didn't read any of the other Ultimate stuff. It's not there. I was almost certain it's yeah, sorry. Animatrix, yeah, sorry. I got fully sucked into what I was working on here for a minute. I'm trying to. So I know we were talking about Spider-Man villains or Miles villains and stuff. I'm making a Ravel, and I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it. So I was cutting this up. See a Blackout. And so I'm cutting up this vest. This vest usually faces the other way, but she kind of has like this corset looking thing a lot of times in comics. So I flipped this and then cut this all up. And what I was just focusing on, I was cutting this to size, so now it fits perfectly. And this figure doesn't have a ton of articulation, so I'll just glue that and it'll stick together and that'll be solid. And then I'm going to use like nylon straps to attach them there. And then she's gonna have this. She's gonna have this and this head. And then she's gonna have oh, all my parts again mixed up. Where'd that? Right here. I'm gonna cut these up to be shoulder pads. I gotta put all the ravel pieces away before I get everything mixed up. Oops. Oh, sorry, Razor. I'm usually a little bit away from the phone, and then I got up to like stand right over the phone to show you guys better what I was working on. So that's probably why I got real loud. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's a Spider-Man villain. Her name's Rabble. Yeah, sorry. I didn't realize I was gonna get so loud. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Yeah, this is a great head, right? And the figure was cheap. I think this was one of the ones I found at Ross over Christmas time. Oh, cool. Death was able to get a Link set. My thoughts on Spider-Man 2, like the video game? I actually never played, unfortunately. I've heard great things. Death, have you played the Spider-Man games? I feel like you have, right? What's the, oh, it's the, would the toothpaste suit be like that one where like his head's sticking out or like his hair's sticking out the top and yeah, that I have a pretty open mind, but that suit was, I'd say that suit was pretty objectively hideous. I don't hate the color combo. It's just it was a weird combination of like the sneakers. Why would his hair come out the top? I don't know. Not their best design I've ever conjured up. That's for sure. Razor, exactly. Yeah, wasn't it? It was like was it a Adidas collab? Yeah, I think if like maybe like you kind of like reeled in the absurdity of the suit. I mean, like it I don't hate like I said, I don't hate the colors. I could have seen that suit working in certain contexts, but the way they did it was a little ridiculous. Like Razor said, it was just like an Adidas billboard in the game. Yeah, Razor. I don't get why I truly don't understand the logistics of his hair sticking out the top. If he had a fully closed mask, I think even just a closed mask would start to like make me like that suit more. Honestly, something that simple. Death. Rabble is a Miles Morales villain. She's basically like, you know, the. I've seen it said, um, you know, Spider-Man always needs at least one super petty, not very threatening, but super petty villain, right? And Rabble's that for Miles. They both applied for the Brooklyn Visions Academy. Um, um, and he gets in and she doesn't. He gets like the last spot, so she like despises him from that point on. For that, so it's like kind of silly. So it's something that he didn't really have full control over, but she's like a generational hater. So she's kind of iconic for that. And she's like super like tech savvy and stuff. So that's pretty cool. She's a pretty cool, like not like super like imposing or terrifying villain, but just like a fun one. Just like a fun like constant thorn in Miles' side type thing. A necessary villain for every Spider-Man. Yeah, if you had the hood up, yeah, exactly. That would look cool. Gonna touch up on the Iron Man Mysterio PPF, and yeah, definitely clear coat him. That would be solid. What clear coat do you use? Yeah, yeah. The Jackson, was the link that Death sent you expired? Death, where did you get your link from? Let's get down to the bottom of this this link conspiracy. Let's get Jackson into the Discord. 10 miles kid got into college studying out terrorist. Yeah, no kidding. I'm pretty certain she actually knows his identity, which is why she terrorizes him. But I feel like I accomplished a lot of nothing the back half of this. I got all of these pieces cut up and everything. I just don't feel like painting anymore. Only because these figures are gonna take like a ton of paint work because I'm gonna have to like prep all around the shoulders and the the elbows and everything. Ugh. Well, the scarf's gonna cover most of it. The scarf and then the armor. So the shoulders aren't gonna be a huge deal. They can paint roll, I guess. But I'll have to prep the knees. You got your link from Discord directly? Yeah, then it should have worked. Jackson, what link did you use? Did you use the one that Death sent you? The one in my link tree might have expired. I keep clicking to make my link never expire, and it still expires for people. I don't understand it. I'll never fully understand Discord, sadly. Oh, well, it looks like... Well, I guess it's up to me anyway. Well, it looks like under her shoulder pads is black anyway. So, I could always just red dye some of her. Although in this picture she got like full red underneath, which looks really cool. And a really big ponytail. Options. I don't know what to do. We need the wizard size. Yeah, no kidding. I find it funny all Spider-Man. Yeah, all the villains are alive. But that's only right now as I'm creating them. Don't worry. There's stories going on that I'll get to eventually. Animatrix and I've talked about it. The like 10-hour crispy universe lore dump that I'll have to make one day. We'll fill you guys in. I'm gonna use this hoverboard for a Rabble. This thing's sick, right? I like this thing. It's originally from a Mezco, one of the Gomez's. Oh, if you use the, excuse me. Yeah, if you use the link tree, it probably is expired, unfortunately. But Jackson, scroll up a little bit. We did talk a little. There's probably a lot of messages in here, but Jackson, if you scroll up, Death sent an active invite. That should work for you. Try that one out and let me know. Is Kingpin alive? Yeah, Kingpin is alive. But I have a unique take on him that my friend inspired, so I'll keep an eye out for that. You play both. You know what would be cool is, oh dude, I'd be terrified my feet would slip on that board. Maybe it'll be like in Universe lore that she's got like magnetic boots or something. Oh, and Razor, and you know what I think would be really cool is if we like created a Spotify playlist for like my next live, like, cause you guys always have a bunch of cool recommendations and song requests. It's kind of hard for me to play after the fact, like, but if we put together a playlist, that'd be fun. Maybe we can do like a community playlist, constantly add new songs to it and stuff for all the live streams. That'd be fun, I think. Okay, Joe Miles on board. Yeah, I know Death uses Spotify. Yeah, we should definitely do something like that then. I think that'd be really fun. Oh, that's true, Razor. Yeah, maybe I can create a channel in a Discord for like people to put song requests in, and like maybe me and Death can, yeah, because Death's got a pretty expansive playlist. He's sent it to me before. We can like set up a playlist, and you guys can throw your suggestions, and we can add them to a playlist. Because Joanna, you're in the Discord, right? Yeah, we can do something like that. That could be fun. Yeah. Maybe I'll try to set that up soon. Is Daredevil alive? Yeah, he's alive. Oh man. Yeah, you've been doing you've been doing a lot of customs recently, Joella. You've been working what were you working on what were you working on recently? Was it were you working on a Casey Jones Joella, or am I like a customer two behind? Casey, yeah, okay. I'll be excited to see the finished product, Jamal. I'm sure it'll come out really good. Razor, that would be insane. I actually haven't thought about that, but that's a fun concept. That's something to think about. So what heroes and villains are dead? Yeah, I know. At that point, that's an easier list than. What's the aspect ratio for? Oh, jeez. Oh. Dude, I've posted so many shorts. How do I not know this off the top of my head? Ah. It's yeah, 916 Animatrix. Razor beat me to it. Thank you for the assist there, Razor. Cool. A lot of stuff's in. I don't know about you, Joe, but that's the worst part of a custom is when you get all the pieces ordered and you just gotta sit and wait for them to come. Ugh, that's the worst. Yeah, glad to help, Animatrix. Well, I'm glad Razor was able to help you, I should say. You I was about to ask if you're working on some stuff for YouTube. That's what you're literally just asking about. So I'll make sure to keep an eye out for your stuff, Animatrix. So if I can check it. Joe Mama, what's that website you use all the time to order stuff? I always forget. You always put it in the chat, but I always forget. I gotta, because I would love to find an easy way to get like more fodder stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I know AliExpress is really cheap. Dude, the only thing that I'm sure all the websites are similar, but there's just like so many listings for the same thing. I don't know if anyone has tips for me on how to make sure to how to like shop that stuff better. Razor, that's what, dude. That's the other thing I think Joe Mama can relate. I think he and I um, have discussed our similar diagnoses. But that's when I'm sitting around waiting for something to come in for a custom I'm working on. My ADHD is like in overdrive, and then the design I was planning initially changes 6 times before the pieces I need get here, and then the pieces that come in I no longer need because I've changed my mind 4 times. I was able to dig up a piece I was looking for in my fodder bins, and then I was able to make the figure all, at least like scratch build the figure all in the time it took for the piece to come. Even if the piece only takes like 4 or 5 days, that's all the time my brain needs. Even when, even when I'm at work, I'm scheming. So I'm sure some of you customizers in the chat can relate. But jeez, I can't stop yawning. I think that's I'm sure you guys had fun talking. I apologize if maybe the back half of this live was a little boring. I just got so I got so caught up in chit chatting with you guys, which is always fun. I hope you guys like it just as much as I would think you do. But yeah, it was fun to be able to go live again. Maybe I will start planning. I have Sunday, Monday off now. So I can't do the Friday nights anymore. But maybe I can start doing Sunday mornings. I mentioned that earlier in the stream, and not like super early, like like lunchtime, maybe like 12 p.m. my time, which is Central. So for East Coasters, like 1 p.m. and anyone else, you can figure out the math. I don't know. But yeah, maybe I could start doing like Sunday, like early afternoon lives, like an hour or 2. That could be fun. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Because people are always asking for more lives, and you know me, I used to sometimes go live twice a week, 2-3 times a week. I love going live too. It's fun to make customs with you guys, hang out, chit chat. I love bouncing ideas off you guys. And I definitely miss it, so I'd love to find a way to get back to it more frequently. Especially now that I have I've moved. I got my new place. I got a new setup, like permanently set up. So now I can stream again. I've gotten back into being able to film videos. I've been doing a lot more long form stuff. I've been able to catch up on editing and everything on all the old videos. So hopefully I can add the live stream back into the mix. I like live. I find it inspiring. I'm glad you feel that way, Dark Madness. That's it's just as inspiring for me. You guys giving me ideas and hanging out and just chit chatting. What CST would that be? What's CST? Is that my time zone? Dude, I'm out of it. I'm tired. It's been a long week. Yeah, Central. Okay, yeah, that's my time zone. It would be like noon, Razor. I always say CDT when I advertise. Am I doing it wrong? Was it CST this whole time? Yeah, it's Central Daylight Time. Oh my goodness, it's. I guess it's not terribly incorrect, but CST seems. Anyway, yeah, it'd be like noon, Razor, like maybe noon, 1 o'clock. I don't know, something like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's why I wanted to not do it too early on Sunday. Just I know, um, you know, people have um, church or family gatherings a lot on Sundays, Sunday lunches and brunches, dinners. Um, so like maybe like Sunday early afternoons. Come football season, I'll have to change it because I'm a big football guy. But um, yeah, I might not go live this Sunday because I went live tonight. But maybe I will. I don't know. It all depends on the day. Like today, as I'm wrapping up this live, I'm like, man, I'm so tired. I can't picture myself streaming again. And then Sunday comes and I'm like, okay, I want to stream. So I try to update the Discord, but definitely just keep an eye out on YouTube. Make sure you have the notifications on for my channel and hop into the lives. Which football? Like American football. I don't know if you're in a different. Yeah, American football, and I like the New England Patriots. I could make a toxin with this guy, right? I could do that. Especially like the his earlier appearances when he's a little bit more slim, right? It's before he gets like toxins changed around a lot, right? Am I thinking of the right guy? Let me Google it real quick. Yeah, I'm thinking of the right guy. Yeah, so before he was large, he was like a slimmer symbiote. So yeah, I could use this body. Oh, you're Australian. Oh, so you're from down under too. So you and Joe Mama are the same. Good night, Mystic. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Always good to see you. Channel's been Tricks. It's been tough. It's tough to keep a consistent schedule for sure. The best advice I have in Matrix is just take your time. If you're tired and stuff, then your content's just gonna suffer, right? That's I've had similar fates, so just take your time, take some time off. I've had some significant. Sorry, I can't read the chat and talk at the same time as much as I try. But I've had a lot of time off the past few months, whether it's like work schedules changing, just general fatigue from life, like you said. Full-time job, family, friends, whatever. But every time I come back, everyone's super supportive, and even if you take some time away, the people that are there and enjoy you the most will always be right there waiting for you. That's what I've learned. And even with almost 10,000 subscribers, I know I have the most loyal, understanding, and supportive 9,000 of you subscribe to me, and I'm so grateful from the bottom of my heart for every last one of you. Especially as my content starts beginning to blow up, thinking I was going to be able to be monetized on YouTube and make money off of this was an unheard of, such a foreign concept when I first started making this content. And now that that's like so close, it's a unbelievable feeling. And now I'm getting commission work. I'm selling customs. I'm so grateful for all the opportunities I've been given because of you guys. And this is only the beginning. I was really sporadic near the end of 2025, but we're coming into 2026 hot. Been posting long form content every 2 weeks, short form content when I can, basically. I'll definitely suggest following me on Instagram, TikTok too. If you're on there, I stay pretty active on those sites, Instagram especially. I like to put grid posts and stuff, but yeah, I mean, it just never gets old hanging out with you guys, and I hope it never gets old to you, and how much I thank you guys, and let you guys know how appreciative I am of you guys. But yeah, I mean, this was a fun stream to get back to it. I know, like I said, I didn't accomplish a ton at the end of the day. I caught up on some stuff in the beginning while we chatted, and then I made the assessor. That was like the quickest custom I ever did. What did it take me, like half an hour to finish this guy? All I had to do was paint his head and hands. I'll take it. But yeah, I really appreciate all the love, the support, for everyone coming and hanging out. So I really, hold on, what's... Oh yeah, I love Robo and all those guys. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Is like, you know, I just love doing this stuff, and so at the end of the day, that's something I've reminded myself from day one, is I'm doing this because I love it, and because you guys love it too, and that means the world to me. You know, I was a musician for a long time, and so I've always loved sharing art. Art's always been a really deep, important outlet for me, and so this is a really fun one. You know, this is so many things in once, right? For anyone who's hung out my live streams past year, you'll know the end of the live streams is when it gets the most deep and thoughtful, right? But you think about it, this hobby, this, you know, creative outlet for me is so meaningful, because not only is it something I'm so passionate about, something I'm so knowledgeable about, but it's also, like, in a way, healing my childhood, right? Or the nostalgia of it all. I get to play with toys that I never could have. Like, here, I got my Miles. You know, we're talking about Miles on that. I got my Miles Morales Mayfex here. When I was a kid, I could have never imagined I'd have a figure this amazing, right? And so, you know, it heals my childhood. I get to buy all these cool toys that maybe I didn't have when I was a kid, or always wanted. I get to create these little universes. You know, when I was moving and cleaning out some of my stuff, I found a notebook from when I was like, I don't know, maybe 8, 9 years old. And I was making universes then with Spider-Man and Green Goblin and stuff. So, you know, it's just like, so just so meaningful and on so many different levels. You know, it's so much more than just like little plastic men or painting, right? It's such an important outlet. So it's been amazing. And then the genuine friendships built from it. Like I'm reading Def's message now. Uh, you know, me and Death talk all the time. I would, I would like to consider him a genuine friend at this point, and everyone else in the Discord, all you guys here in this chat tonight. You know, a lot of you were here for me through some of my toughest times the past couple months, and that's like, that's the true beauty of community, you know, and so I'm forever grateful for that, and yeah, I just can't say enough good things about you guys, about creating, about all of this, and so it's been incredible. I'm reading some of these other messages too, and yeah, man, I've always appreciated the smaller streams too. I've had some larger streams when I first started, and I like kind of fell off, and I haven't gotten those numbers back, unfortunately. The algorithm just doesn't care to pick up my lives. That's fine though, because I love this too. You know, just a handful of us hanging out, you know, chit chatting, sharing ideas, talking life, just everything in general, right? So it's really fun. But I appreciate you hanging out, Mattis. You seem like a really cool dude. I love seeing all this stuff you're talking about, all these things you're planning. It's seems like you're gonna create some really cool things, and I look forward to seeing it. I'm gonna check out your channel. If you haven't posted anything yet, I'll make sure to subscribe, so the day when you do, I can be one of the first to see it. But yeah, guys, again, I'll probably try to begin to wrap it up here. I'm relatively tired and pretty much out of motivation to paint anything else or sand anything else to prep to paint. But you know, yeah, man. If you have a Discord, please add me. Join the Discord. I love everyone, you know, joining the Discord and collaborating. I love, you know, reaching out to Joe Mama and Death and some of my Instagram online friends I've made. I've come up with some of my best ideas, bouncing ideas off of you guys. Me and Death have spent hours at night shooting each other voice messages, like expanding stories, and that's just so cool to me, and so I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that, Animatrix. It's you know, I take great pride in building a meaningful community. I was the nerdy kid from day one, right? I was writing fanfics before I even knew that's what it was meant. I didn't even know what that was called back in the day, but I was writing fanfics based off of Star Wars expanded universes and Spider-Man stories, and you know, I had all the toys and movies, and I was all into that stuff. And so, you know, now as an adult, being able to create that space that I guess I didn't have as a kid, you know. You know, I was bullied. I was beat up at the bus stop. I was teased. I was called names. I had been through it all. I was never the cool kid, you know. Which at this point, being a cool kid is probably overrated. I think we're all way cooler. They all peaked by the time they hit high school, and look at all of us now. We're far cooler. So I really appreciate it. That means the world. I take great pride in creating this community, creating a safe space for. I know I have a lot of younger people in my Discord and this chat and in general, and so I always want to create a safe space for them to just be so truly, genuinely, uniquely yourself. You know, I think that's important. That's something that none of us should ever lose, especially a lot of us as creators and stuff and artists. Never lose the sense of self. You know, that's important. So I think that's kind of, you know, what burned me out of music, and what hasn't burned me out of action figures is constantly reminding myself to not lose sight of that. That goes a long way. But that's it for my TED Talk. I hope one day I'm big enough I can get a TED Talk, because I think I could have a pretty good, meaningful TED Talk. I don't even 100% know what a TED Talk is, but I want to do one now. I really I really appreciate all of you so much. Thank you guys for hanging out. I hope this back half of this live stream wasn't boring. I really haven't done much of anything on action figure in probably the past 45 minutes. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Keep an eye out. Maybe a TED Talk is just talking on stage. Okay, yeah, I'm doing a TED Talk then. I'm gonna do one day. And honestly, Black Hole, I know you say that in jest, but I think you and I could have a pretty decently fun podcast. And we could always end every podcast with me and you arguing about how Tobey Spider-Man is better than Andrew. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Definitely keep an eye out. Maybe I will jump on Sunday afternoon, even if it's just quick, so I can show off some of the updates I made on Carnage and some of these other customs laying around. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. I love you all so much, and you guys have a great night. For you Aussie people, have a great afternoon, I think. And I will see you guys all in the next one. And for everyone talking about podcast, Joe Mama podcasting, Discord, yeah, everyone check out my Discord. Go on my link tree, that should be active. If not, go to my most recent video, and then that will be active. Yeah, we'll continue expanding the Crispyverse. Next is podcasts and TED Talks, right? So onward and upward for everyone here. But I love you guys all so much. You guys all have a great day, great night, great afternoon, and just overall a great day. Great everything. I love you all so much. Thanks for hanging out, and you guys have a great night.